when
Okay,
I pray to God.
I'll
So-
clarify what he's trying to say for a bit.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit.
I know too.
Okay.
But
Sure.
I just said.
I'll ask you.
Are you trying to say they don't understand me?
No.
I think-
I'm not saying that.
I know, no, I
You
know
understand
what
why
he's trying to say.
Okay.
But I just don't disagree with it. But because of it's not a problem for me.
Yes.
So I just don't see the point. And
No. I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying if
Yeah.
this is something that Jesus advocated, to believe in a triune God, and if that is something very important for you, for your belief, then surely it would be inappropriate of Jesus not to mention it. Do you think it is necessary for you to be a Christian? Do you think it's necessary for you to believe in the Trinity in order for you to be a Christian, or is that not really a requirement?
Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
First of all.
Never
hope I get a good
thought
answer.
about it that way.
Yeah, that's a good question, but I think it's
In other words, can I be a Christian without believing in the Trinity? A true Christian.
yeah, that's the point what I wanted to say for some minutes before. Jesus didn't came to form a Christian. A Christian, what should we do to become a good Christian? I don't know. That's what people made us.
It's
do.
like, for example,
But
as a Muslim,
think-
if I said, for me, the central belief in Islam is to believe in Allah as a God and to believe in His messenger, yes? And I say that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who came to actually teach us
Yeah.
how to worship God, how to pray to Him, he did not teach us this. If something is a central doctrine of my faith, and the main person who's supposed to tell me this did not inform me that that is a central doctrine, then is it even a central doctrine, I will ask. You see what I mean? So if Trinity was so important, why did it take the church 400 years?
I know
Why do you think Jesus came yourself? What do you think the core message of him coming? If you don't think he came to form Christianity, correct? Why do you think? What do you believe about Jesus? What do you think his goal of coming? What do you think he was trying to do?
He was trying to rescue mankind from
Yeah, but how? How?
Giving us salvation.
by being that sacrifice, that
Yeah.
perfect example of how a human life should be, and by being the only one who could fulfill that, he was the only one honorable enough to be that sacrifice to God, to
Forgive mankind's sin.
yeah,
But if
to
that is a
wash out.
do you think that's a central
sin.
message of Jesus?
that and the words he said before.
So why did Jesus not mention that this is the main message? When people asked him, how can I be
It's
saved?
not the main message.
Well, that's the question he asked him.
This I'm asking you. What do you think is the main message of Jesus
main
coming on
objective of
earth?
Jesus
then
was what?
you two asked different questions because I thought you were asking.
No, he
why
No,
did
no.
he
Jesus
asked you that question and
why
you
did-
answered.
Why did Jesus come to this earth? That
No,
was
no,
the
no, no,
question I
no,
got.
no, not
Okay.
why.
Okay.
What
Yeah, okay.
was his objective? Because this is kind of what you were saying. You were saying, I don't believe Jesus did not come to establish Christianity. This is what you said, right?
Yeah.
So what I was saying, what did he come to do? What did he come to do?
Yeah, and he answered.
What's his main goal?
He answered that question.
Okay.
And that's what
Then
I
is
think
the central
just-
thing that he came
So
to do?
you're saying the crucifixion is a central thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
This is what you're saying, at least.
Crucifixion, dying on the cross.
Being crucified.
That's he didn't come to tell us everybody should be crucified.
No,
No, we're not
everybody,
saying that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, let me.
Crucifixion applies
Yes.
to Jesus, not to everybody.
Jesus came. Yeah.
So you're
in my
basi-
mind, he knew that he was being crucified when he came. To
Okay,
the
let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
If Jesus' main purpose to come as a human, he was God according to you, right? So he became a man, was to die for everybody's sin. Am I right? That's what you're saying is the main message of Jesus.
Yeah. Well.
Or did we get it
Yeah,
wrong?
But you can point out just
That's
one
true.
thing that's.
No, main.
No,
not
we're
saying that's
asking
the
the
only
main.
thing.
We're asking
We
the
are
main
saying
one.
the main means the objective.
Yeah.
Without this, you cannot be a Christian. So without believing in the crucifixion and resurrection, can you be a Christian?
No, for sure not.
so.
Yeah, you can.
Well.
It's a whole message of Christianity.
Then that can be the main message. If you're not sure, it cannot be the main message. The reason we're asking you this question is, I want to filter out only the thing that will take you away from Christianity and no more a Christian. So if, for example, if someone claims to be a Christian and he says, I don't believe in the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus,
Yeah.
then that will take them outside the fold of Christianity and he'll be a loser in the hellfire, wherever you want to put him, yeah? That's the objective of me asking. So for example, in Islam, the biggest sin or the only sin that God will not forgive, provided you do not, unless you repent for it while you're alive, is shirk. Shirk is associating partners with the one true God. For example, saying that he has a son, or he has a wife, or he has
Partners is kind of worshipping other. Yes.
means associating in worship with the one true God. That is the biggest sin in Islam. So if anyone does that deliberately, knowing that this is shirk, then they are outside the fold of Islam. So for us, this is the main thing that you cannot do, which is shirk. And the one thing that you have to do is submit to the one true God and his and believe in his messenger and his books and so on. So that is what I'm asking you. As a Christian, do you know what will take you outside the fold of Christianity, and that you will be ending up in hellfire if you don't repent for it?
I'm just tired.
So
Yeah, I think we've had a few long days.
Yes,
now,
yes, yeah,
so
it's fine. It's
kind
fine.
of- we just got here trying to.
It's fine. No, it's
We're not
fine.
really prepared for.
It's fine.
You know?
It's fine.
I just don't understand it. But I'm just like trying to.
I think it was hard for us in English, especially, to
Yes.
just follow every
you have done quite well, trust me.
every point you said.
You have done quite well as far as English is concerned.
Yes.
We understood everything you said. And I hope you understood what we said.
Yeah, we did, but it's kind of double as hard to.
Fair enough. But
Yes.
you know, two things
proceed
come to my
everything.
mind from me speaking to other Christians. So they bring up the two things. One is the Trinity, and the other is the sonship of Jesus and his crucifixion. Three things actually. So these three are quite important for them. And I think even those people who consider themselves to be Jehovah's Witnesses, they believe that Jesus is the Son of God and he died for our sins and so on. So if we are misrepresenting your faith, please let us know. But I think these things are quite important for Christians to believe in. But you know, when Jesus was asked a question by, I think there was a rich tax collector or something, a rich man, and he says, how can I be saved? Jesus did not mention the original sin, did not mention the Trinity, did not mention his crucifixion or his sonship even. He gave a response to him. He says, go and keep the commandments. And you know what Jesus said? That man told him? He said that I've already kept the commandments since I was very young or something like that. And then Jesus, because he knew he was rich, so he basically wanted to test him whether he will do this. He says, go and sell everything that you have. That means all the richness that you have, get rid of it. All the money, all the belongings, all the whatever you have, you know, the valuables. And he says that I cannot do. So that was his weakness. He wanted to test him. This shows us that these things which Christians consider important, especially the Trinity, which I personally, when I looked into it, I see that this was formed by the church in the 4th century. It was when it was established in the Council of Nicaea, and then later on in Constantinople in the year 380. I mean, why would somebody wait nearly 350 years after Jesus to show that this is a very important doctrine, and without that you cannot understand Christianity or be a Christian? To me, God's message has to be complete from the one who is a true representative of God. That is his prophet and his messenger. Yes?
Yeah.
And he will tell us what to do and what not to do, what is forbidden and what is allowed or permitted. And that is the prerogative of only that person, and not someone who came 300, 400 years, not the church, definitely.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So the four
It's
doctrines.
to hear those points, and
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting to do some research about
Yeah,
all of that. And
absolutely. And I would advise you to also look into Islam, because you know, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, there's a lot of commonality. We almost literally worship, sorry, not worship, we believe in the same prophets, the same messengers, almost same, maybe different pronunciations, that's all. But you see, the Christians, they do not accept Prophet Muhammad as the messenger of God, and the Jews do not accept Jesus and Prophet Muhammad. But you know, as Muslims, we are very generous. We believe in all of them. Alhamdulillah. So as a gift, I would like to give you a copy of the Quran. I know it's in English. Is that okay?
yeah, it's okay.
It's a free gift, one for you and one for you.
I think one is enough.
That's fine. You can give maybe to your friend or something.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for your time. I know you guys were just passing by.
You too. I hope I didn't come offensively in any way. Didn't say anything offensive.
Not at all.
I certainly bored you, but I
Yeah, it's been interesting.
So our main goal. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No,
Say something.
it's okay. Sorry.
Yes. So we were saying our main goal is, as I told you in the beginning, I had to clarify it in the beginning, that we just want people to think, ponder our purpose in life. Are
Yeah.
we? This is the only thing I was going to say. And as you told me, you didn't look into Islam. This is a chance to look into Islam. Perhaps, maybe you will find that Islam is suitable to you. You know, maybe you'll find maybe the truth is in Islam. Perhaps tomorrow I might become a Christian. You never know. But the only thing we're saying is we look into different things.
Have an
We
open
our
mind, look
Yes.
into it.
It's important to be open-minded and just
Because like he said, it is quite an important decision as that you worship the true God and you follow the true religion. Because this life of ours, we don't know when it is going to end. So whether you're an atheist or a believer in God, everybody knows death is imminent. It's not something if or but, we all will experience that. And because our life is short compared to what is in the hereafter, yes, which is eternal, it's very important that this test which God has put us in, the whole life is a test. We make sure that we worship the true God, follow the true religion, and with that, we won't have to worry too much once we are in the hereafter. And we want this for everyone, ourselves and yourselves as well. Yeah?
Thank you for your time.
you very much.
Sorry, I know you're
Thanks
tired.
a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Right,
thanks for your
welcome.
time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No,
We
you
don't.
give.
Yeah, we don't usually.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry, I don't
nothing
know
to
that. I don't want to.
nothing to do against you all.
Tell you,
No,
we
sorry, I
usually-
did not
this
know
is-
that. I just don't want
we
to.
believe as Muslims, if I shake a hand of a woman,
Yeah.
I have to take care of her for the rest of her life. That's the only thing. That's the only
I
thing.
did not know that. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, we'll pass that to him.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks a lot.